So it seems like sauna talk could be a new thing. So let's get this going. I'm excited to record this next video. In this video, I want to talk about how you're probably not spending enough money. Now, this is for really anybody, but I always like to speak specifically to the business owner, the coach, the consultant who wants to grow and wants to elevate as an individual. You're not spending enough money. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't mean spending your money on dumb shit. I mean, spending your money on your own personal growth, on books, on mentors, on getting in the right rooms. A lot of magic happens when you're in person with the right people versus being on Zoom. Don't get me wrong, Zoom's amazing. I love that it's here. It's transformed my business and it's allowed me to create connections with people without leaving the comfort of my home. But when you're in person, there's those side conversations that really change the game. And you could build better rapport with people in person. So you're not spending enough money, and it comes down to a fundamental piece. It's your mindset around it. And this is coming from a kid who has financial trauma that I'm still working through. My family, I love them to death, but we never have had an abundant amount of money, and we always spoke about money poorly in the household. You know, the Bible says that money, for the love of money, is the root of all evil. People love twisting that verse to say money is the root of all evil. But what they're missing is for the love of money. Now, you should never worship money. You should never have any idols above the Lord himself. If you're religious, I am. You could take that as you wish. But if you're obsessed over the idea of money, then that's a very bad thing. However, money is an incredible resource and an incredible asset that you can then use to better your life and better those around you, and most importantly, serve more people, which is ultimately, I believe, our duty on earth, is to serve others and be of service and servant leaders in the world and to give back. So this mindset was not obviously always something I thought of. I also thought money was bad, and people who had money were negative, and they were ones I wanted to stay around away from. But that's the farthest from the truth. The people who, it's just funny, right? The people who have a lot of money, they are wiser, they are more skilled, they have a better outlook in life, they have more experiences, so their 2 cents has a lot more value, and they're also the most humble and giving, in my opinion, the ones I've met. Now, I'm sure there's anomalies, but we're talking about, we're not twin absolutes here. We're talking in the majority. And those that don't have money are very, they're scarce. They're close to their money and they don't want to spend it. And then they have this bad attitude around anything that's honestly good for them. Like here's a good example. I go to this gym, right? I'm shooting these videos in this personal sauna. I paid for a higher level plan to have access to this specific room. You don't have to pay for this plan at my gym. You can still come to the gym as like a general mission. However, I have a good friend and I love the kid, but he had a very negative reaction when I told him how much I was spending on this gym. And it's funny how we prioritize what we spend our money on and, where our values kind of lie with our spending. And I'm not saying he's right or wrong. It's just an objective observation that I'm sharing with you guys. So for me to be willing to invest in my health and myself through this gym membership, it's going to allow me to be more productive. It's going to allow me to be more presentable. It's obviously going to allow me to be more fit, which could change the trajectory of my lifespan. And for those that don't know, if you're just tuning in, I haven't shared this openly or as openly as I might have thought I would, and I will continue to share it. But the last couple of years have been a roller coaster health-wise. I started 2023 in the midst of 75 Hard. If you're familiar with that program, great program for the right people, let's say. And you need to know what you're doing when you're going into it, because it could be a very 0 to 100 type of process, which it was for me. I wasn't really working out prior, and then it took me from ground level 0 to 100. And then when you finish, you go back down to 0 if you don't have the right kind of, runway or path off the plan to be able to sustain the work you were doing. Now, long story short, I was in the best shape of my life, or at least at that given moment. Now, let's say best shape of my life in the beginning of 2023. I ended the year in the hospital getting a massive surgery, removing a spinal cord tumor from my spinal cord. I was in the hospital for a week. I spent Christmas in the hospital. I have a foot-long scar down my spine. I'm still left with a symptom called foot drop from the surgery. And then come 2024, I never got back in the gym. And then I ended up having a second surgery in August. And now present day is January 2025. I'm now back consistently in the gym. And through all that mess, I am even more motivated to better my health and invest my money in areas in the health region of my life. So a little bit of a tangent there, but my main point is if you look at where you're spending your money, it's going to show your values. And I have to check myself here too. I still socialize. I still go out. I'll still have some drinks with friends. And sometimes it could be too much. And I think everything in moderation. It is an important mindset as well, but what really has changed my trajectory in life and what I would love to share with you is my understanding that investing in myself and spending more money on coaches and mentorships and books and actually to be completely transparent and like that's really what I want to be here with you guys, going into actual business debt, knowing that the money will come, but not having the liquid money at the moment to invest in programs because I knew that it would elevate me and it always has every single time. Obviously you have to put the work in, but it's just that abundance mindset that has been game changing for me and many others. And I think those that are not spending enough money, you're in this scarce mindset and it's only going to stunt your growth. And if you're wondering why you're not having the results that you're desiring, I can probably guarantee it's a level of how much you're spending on your own business and personal growth. So, this video was really just to share a lesson that I've learned over the years, and that by my ability to spend more money and had break-even point months where my profit is the same as my expenses, but I don't see it as expenses. I see it as taking steps to the next right direction that I want to be in, because those expenses are investments into myself. It has always paid off tenfold. It always has. And that's kind of the mindset here. And I just want to share that you should shift from shift from scarcity to abundance. And spending more money could lead you to great opportunities that you might not be experiencing right now. And if you don't have it, it could take guts. It did for me, and I'm not totally advising you to do this. This is not financial advice, and do as you wish. I'm just sharing my own take and what I've done myself, but you could potentially go into debt for that growth. If you bust your butt and you do what that mentor says and they're the right mentor, you have to vet them out. So yeah, some thoughts there, but I launched this new program, Magnetic Mentor, this past week. I'm only taking on 5 people at the very moment. It's helping coaches scale with flow and not force. It's implementing my river method, which is all about letting your business flow beautifully and removing the massive boulders and roadblocks that you've honestly put yourself, as I have in the past, in the way of your flow, like clearing out all the dams and the sticks, so that you could scale with ease. It shows people to close via text, which is a massively leveraged aspect of being in online business today. How to build a magnetic brand that people rush to work with you and you're not chasing clients. So if that's at all interesting to you, you can DM me on Instagram at Unleash the Knowledge. You could DM me the word flow, FLOW, or you can watch a video that I had on this page that talks about how elite coaches are scaling with flow and not force. And that will give you an amazing understanding of what this program is all about. And if that is suitable for you, then I would love to talk to you and we'd love to get you to the next level. And I will say, there is an investment, of course. However, it's positioned in a beautiful way that I think is completely going to change the game of 2025 moving forward. That it is not some scary 4 or 5 figure investment up front where you're paying $7,000, $10,000, $50,000, like I've done with many coaches, that could get you really scared and create buyer's remorse, which is very real. There's a very easy way for you to get involved, and it's designed so you can get results a lot faster and be able to see the plan here. I call it like a pay as you profit type of model. So if that's of all interest to you, I'd love to chat with you, love to talk with you. Jamie Flo on Instagram, but